All right, guys, hope you're doing well. This is the first player that I'm going to look at in terms of film study. I want to look at three or four players, both incoming freshmen and then what we have on the roster now, to help give us a sense of what we're looking at in terms of what essentially is a new defensive line coming in, except for a few pieces of the puzzle. The great thing about D line is it's not the most complicated of positions in football. In fact, if you have some size and strength and physicality, and you're willing to listen to coaching, you can become a good defensive line player fairly quickly. Yes, there's technique involved. Yes, there's sort of the ability to understand and react to what the offensive line is doing and to follow your keys. But in our system, whether it's a one gap system or a two gap system, you don't have an overburdened sense of responsibilities. So, although we're starting almost from scratch next year, we do have some pieces of the puzzle that I am encouraged by. So, the first person I want to look at, who I really, really like and feel good about the linebacker position, although he's listed as a defensive end, is the Florida player from IMG Academy named Dylan Worthen. So Dylan is 6'2", 235 pounds. And like I said, in his recruiting papers or his recruiting profile, it says that he's a DN. Most of his film, however, is from the inside linebacker spot. And this is actually where I like him the best. And what you're going to see from the little bit of film that I'm going to show you, again, this is all high school film, is that this is a big kid, but he's also an athletic kid. He actually had offers from UCF and Tennessee, so he fits the characteristics and the dynamics of what an SEC school is looking for, and now that UCF is in the Big 12, of what a Big 12 school is looking for as well. So Dylan does a couple things really, really well, and that's going to show in the film. And in fact, I think he does it so well that he probably could contribute next year uh, fairly quickly if we find ourselves in a spot where we need backup play or even in a pinch, someone who can get some starting reps. So again, he's 6'2", 235 pounds, and when we look at film, we're going to see that he maintains excellent eye contact. He understands his cues in the backfield. He's able to shuffle to the ball. He's able to shed blocks. He's able to, in his defensive pass coverage, he stays within his own zone fairly well. And just overall, he is an excellent pickup for us and one that we should feel encouraged by. So let's start, and I'm going to go through some of the film here. This is from Huddle, so this is part his circling and mine. Okay, I'm going to stop it here. So this is, let me get my trusty marker here. This is Dylan here, right? And one of the things that Dylan does really, really well, and this is consistent throughout all of his film, is that he lines up in its position, which this is a 30 position for the most part in his assignment. And throughout his film, he is going to maintain excellent eye contact, both with the QB and with the guard, who is probably going to be his main cue in terms of what to do. But he's also has the ability to sort of keep eyes in two different places, right? For linebackers, often their main key is following what the guard is going to do, and then, of course, paying attention to the running back. So he's got excellent vision, and once the play starts, he is going to shuffle to the action at a fairly quick rate. So let me erase some of this, and I'm going to let the play unfold. Unfortunately, I can't slow this down in a way that I would like to be able to, because it doesn't have a fast or sort of a slow-mo speed with Huddle. All right, let's get to the play here. That's not going to work. All right, here we go. Okay, I'm going to stop here. One of the things that he has done well in this play is that he shuffles here, right, looking to fill this A gap, but quickly realizes that that is not where the play is. And let's watch as he maintains vision with the flow of the play. Let's go. So once he reacts, he is going to make a very quick turn of the hips and find the flow of the play, use the angle, and he's going to cut this player off. Well done. Okay, this is just another film segment that Dylan or his folks have put together where he is following the flow of the play, shoulder square, looking for the best angle, and allowing the other defenders to work with him to make the tackle. Well done. All right, let's just flow through this next play, and then we'll talk a little bit about it. All right, excellent. All right, I'm going to rewind it just a bit and tell you why I think he has, first of all, again, he's an excellent pickup, but also I believe he has the potential in a pinch to get some reps for us next year, and in sort of worst case scenario, even get some starting reps. Okay, so let me erase this. So one of the things that's really hard for young players to do is to maintain their keys, right? So often what happens is, particularly at the linebacker position, you want a linebacker who reacts to the play. But often in that reacting, right, you can get sucked into the flow of the game. And if you don't maintain your assignment, you can very quickly wash out in terms of what the expectation is for you on the field. And at this stage, most coaches, when they're coaching linebackers, have a sort of a three-step process. It's called the 3 R's, right? They want the linebacker to read, they want the linebacker to react to the flow, right? Again, that's often following where the guard is headed and the running back, and then to reap the rewards, right? To read the play, to react, and then to reap the tackle. So I'm gonna get my pen out here, and what I want to do here is to point out again how good I think his vision is. And for a young player, this is excellent. He's going to maintain eye contact and flow in the backfield, also paying attention to the guard, right, which is his cue. And he's not going to get sort of caught in the flow of the game. And you're going to see him shuffle and maintain excellent vision as well as fundamentals. All right, let's play. Right. So I'm going to try to fill the A gap here, right? Let's erase some of this. Here's the A gap. That's his fit responsibility, right? But let's see what happens when the ball flows elsewhere. choose a different color here. So he's maintained eye contact, eye contact, eye contact, and then he has shuffled to the play, right? Maintaining his shoulder discipline, eye discipline, and also allowing his hips to twist towards the play side of the play. Let's watch this unfold. Good pursuit, and then there is the tackle. In this play, he's going to show speed to get to the runner, probably playing an end position. Here he is again. Again, one of the things that I really like about him, in addition to all the things I've already talked about, is how consistent his play is. Again, this is a big guy. We don't usually get linebackers that are already this developed. It's 6'2", 235 pounds. And he just looks like a linebacker that can already play. But he's so consistent in his play, and there's not a lot of ups and downs in the film. He's well coached, but he's also really well disciplined in his play. Let's just watch this unfold. Eye contact, shifts with the guard, follows the runner, and then makes the tackle. Here we are again, right? Again, the consistency of his play, eye contact, right? We've got the center here. He's going to maintain vision on the guard and also in the back. All right, let's watch this unfold. I'm going to go back just a minute because he is also very patient. And this to me says that he has a maturity on the field, but also he's been watching film, right? And he's listening to coaches. Often what happens with young players, or even players that have a lot of experience, it's very easy to get sucked into the flow of the play and lose your position awareness, right? He's got, I think, really tremendous situational awareness with his play. And let's erase this. And one of the things that we're going to watch, and I'm just going to show you guys one more clip here. He lets the flow of the game unfold without panicking. And then he just follows his cues, is patient, doesn't get sucked into the movement of what the offensive line is doing in this case, and then is able to make the good tackle here. All right. Fills the gap and then makes the play. All right, another good play here, maintaining his shuffle, eye contact, keeps his shoulders square for the tackle. Again, watch the positioning, consistent positioning. He gets caught a little bit here, but is able to recover fairly quickly. So in this case, he gets sucked into the movement of the offensive line, and I think also loses some eye contact here, right? But what I like that he does once he realizes that he's out of position is that he recovers pretty quickly, right? He'll get caught in the flow of the game, which is not bad, right? But he just realizes that he has overcommitted, and then he's going to stop, turn the hips, and then come back here for the tackle. Great, fills that gap. Another play, right? Again, watches the running back, is patient. And here's the last play that I want to show you. So at this level of play, particularly college and then in the NFL, the offensive lineman, particularly in a play that I think is overused, which is the inside zone. What happens on the inside zone, and I think one of the reasons why coaches like this so much, is that it allows for the offensive line to double team the 0 or 2 technique, which is always good if you can get a double team on one of those bigs in the middle. But then once that double team is finished, and usually it's just a quick shoulder hit by the guard on the 2 or 0 or 3 technique, and then what happens is that the guard will move to the second level and try to take out the linebacker, right? So you often hear this in from announcers that it's a sort of a shed block both on the lineman, right, who double teams and then moves to that second layer. And then the linebacker often finds himself confronted with a big 300-pound plus offensive lineman. And then a good linebacker has to be able to shed that block and then move on from that secondary, second level block, and then make the play. So in this play, we're going to watch Dylan get blocked on that second level, and then we're going to watch him shed the block here. So let me just set this up for you. Actually, let's let it play out first, and then we'll talk about it in a minute. All right, he's in his 30 position. There's the shed. It's not a very good attempt on the offensive lineman, but I think it does show Dylan's understanding of how he has to shed the block in order to get to the running back, and he does an excellent job here, which shows good coaching to me, but also good fundamentals. So let me erase this. And this is going to be the last play that I'm going to examine, guys. All right, so he's going to get, we're going to have the offensive lineman shed the block or move away from his initial block and then try to get to the second level to attack the linebacker. If you can clear the linebacker on inside zone, which is how the play is designed for inside zone, right, you're going to have a lot of daylight in front of you. So the backer absolutely has to be prepared to shed that block, right? And one of the things I love about Dylan is his size, his strength, and his situational awareness. So let's watch what's going to happen here, right? He's going to maintain eye contact here, right, as he should. And once that block comes, he's going to shed it. Again, it's not the best block by the offensive lineman. It's kind of, to be honest, it's kind of half-assed by the offensive lineman. But Dylan at least shows that he knows how to shed it. All right, let's go. All right. Right. So here's going to be the initial contact between Dylan and the lineman. And watch this play. Let's watch him shed. All right, shed, and then shifts to the play and makes the tackle. All right, well done. Well done. All right, guys, that is what I have for Dylan, incoming freshman, who I believe has the skill set in a pinch to, well, let me say this. I think there are two layers here. One, he certainly should be able to get in on special teams. Two, he already has the size and some of the fundamentals to play at this level fairly quickly. And in a pinch, I believe that he could probably get some starting reps, if not starting reps, certainly second team reps. Already, he's going to be one of the biggest kids that we have at that inside linebacker position if we keep him at inside linebacker, which I hope we do. There's a little bit of film of him in an end position and a 5 technique. I honestly don't like him as well in that 5 technique. I don't think he's fast enough to be a real threat at that position. He certainly, at the 5 technique, showed that he could seal the edge because he has the strength and the size to do that. But right now, we need on the edge, we need people that can get to the quarterback. So I love him at inside linebacker, and he is one of the examples of why I'm hopeful about what we have coming in. And although he would be a freshman getting play time, I believe he could learn quickly and contribute to the team quickly. All right, guys, that'll do it for Dylan. We'll move on to the next player. Thanks.